Hey guys, today I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on all of the new products that I tested out this month. I feel like I don't have that many things, and I think there were products that I tested but only like once, so I want to use them more to be able to give you better thoughts on them. So that will be next month, and I actually think I need to just get a basket or something to put products in after I've gotten my thoughts on them, so I will remember, because I have things just like literally all over my house. It looks like a mess. Starting with a couple face products from Gerard Cosmetics, I have the Slay the Bake No Filter Soft Focus Powder in lavender. So they have lavender, pink, and then one or two other shades. And I was able to pick this up in the free store on Flip, I believe, which was really exciting because I wasn't sure how I would feel about a purple powder, but this is very, very lightly purple toned. So I do find this to be really brightening on my skin tone. This is a really nice smoothing powder. It does feel a little like talky to the touch, but I don't mind. I think this is nice. I will say that I don't think the packaging is very good. It's hard to open, and the little sifter here does have a locking mechanism, which is nice, but it just spins all the way around so easily. So when it first came to me, it was pretty messy in the box, which was annoying. So that is just like a little bit of a pet peeve, but I think that the formula is fantastic. So if you are interested in trying anything from Gerard Cosmetics, definitely check them out on Flip. Next is the NYX Buttermelt Glaze Soft Glow Skin Tint, and I got this from Influencer like a month before it was released. So at the time, the lighter shades were sold out. They weren't even showing as sold out. I only saw the deeper shades, so I actually thought this was a liquid bronzer, so I just got like the lightest of the liquid bronzer shades. Well, this is a skin tint. I do feel like the shade range is pretty small for it being a complexion product, but I think that this did look really pretty on the skin. It's just hard to really assess because I didn't have my skin tone match, but I do feel like this was sheer and blended out nicely, but it just was not like the perfect shade for me for a liquid bronzer. So I'm gonna give this to somebody where it's actually gonna match their skin tone, but I'm not curious enough to go buy it in my correct skin tone shade. I also don't know if there is one because I feel like the lightest shade even looked too dark. So I have so many complexion products right now, I'm not gonna go buy that, but I'd love to hear your thoughts if you actually did try it in the skin tone match. Then from Huda Beauty, I have the blush filter liquid blush in strawberry cream. I was able to get this from Skeepers. I really hate this applicator. I think that the theory is to like just dot it on your cheek, but it is so tiny and so firm and dense that I feel like you're not getting that much product on your cheeks. And I also feel like this formula dries pretty quickly, so sometimes I do just dot it on the cheek, but I will do one cheek at a time and blend it out. Other times I'll put it on the back of my hand. So I think I would enjoy this more if it had a different applicator. It also has a fruity scent, which is just interesting, but I actually don't really have a blush color like this, and I think it's super pretty. So I do think that this is a nice formula, but just keep in mind it does dry quickly. I just don't love the packaging, but I do think that I will reach for this because of the specific shade. Then this is something that I forgot to review last month because I wanted to compare them. I think in my thumbnail last month I actually was holding this product. So we have the L'Oreal Infallible 3-Second Setting Mist and the One Size On Till Dawn Mattifying Waterproof Setting Spray. I find these to be dupes of one another, honestly. They both have that aerosol mist. I'm not going to waste them. And they both have a hairspray-like effect and fragrance, so keep your mouth closed while you're spraying it. But I think that these both do a really great job of helping my makeup stay on all day. I have done a half and half wear test and have not noticed a difference at the end of the day. I want to say Morgan Turner say that this made her makeup like peel off, which is so weird. I have not really heard anybody else say that. And you can buy this one at Walmart, and I think it might be at Ulta now. It doesn't come with a ton of product. It actually has half of what you have in here. This has 1.7 ounces and this has 3.4, so not a ton of product, but I do think this is a really nice product. And once I finish this, I probably will just stick to buying this one, but I really enjoy that aerosol mist because before, the one from Morphe is actually kind of hydrating. It's good for melting your makeup into the skin, but not necessarily for setting. So I like seeing something that is good for locking your makeup on. So I really do recommend both of those. Now we are on to some eye products. So this is from JCat Beauty. I maybe have never tried anything for them, or not in years. They have lots of interesting looking products, a lot of dupe products, but they've given me sort of Makeup Revolution vibes, and I don't tend to reach for that brand. But these just look so beautiful. This is the Fairy Dust Duochrome eyeshadow, and I chose the color Magic Spell. So this is like a burgundy color, but there is flashes of gold, orange, pink. It's so beautiful, and this actually, let me swatch it, is pretty soft and pigmented. I was really impressed by this. They do have lots of other colors, but I feel like this is the only one that I will gravitate towards that I don't already have something similar to. But I think this is so beautiful and neutral enough that I think that this is very wearable, but adds that fun pop. So definitely recommend these, and I also like how compact they are. And I would love to hear your thoughts if you tried any other shades, and maybe if I should pick one of them up. Then I did get the Half Magic Glitter Puck in the new color Cyber Diamond. I love the original one. You guys know I love my peachy pinks, so I got a lot of use out of that in the springtime. But this one, I have to be careful because mine fell out, is just a silver. And I have told you guys before, I just feel like I am not creative enough to know how to use toppers. I just am so used to just putting a shadow over a cream base, but then it takes away the topper effect of this. And I just think that this one is just too silver. It's not like a silver leaning champagne, it's just like silver. So, you know, I think it's fine to have, but I just haven't been reaching for it as much. I would love to hear your thoughts about if you have this shade, what you've liked to pair it on top of, what other colors, or how you have applied it, because for me, I feel like it's something that I could do without this shade. Next, from Pat McGrath, this was from holiday 2023, but I got this palette at TJ Maxx a few months ago. I almost did not get it, and I'm so glad that I did. This is Bordeaux Bliss. You might be able to find these online. I do have actually a duplicate face palette from this collection, if anybody be interested in purchasing it. It's brand new. And you have 5 shimmers in here. This is almost like a matte with glitter, which is not my favorite, but I have been able to apply that in my outer corner area as a matte, and it has worked out nicely. I've just been pairing this with my matte neutral mauve eyeshadows from Makeup Geek and ABH. But I think these are so gorgeous. I especially love this middle shade. I've used them all really except this one. It doesn't look like I've touched it because you guys know it's not my type of color, but these other ones here I think are amazing. Very pigmented, very smooth and creamy. I am really happy to have this in my collection. I think this just performs really well. Then from Nomad Cosmetics, this is the Oslo Gardermoen Air palette. So these are the travel palettes, the mini palettes. I've heard that these don't perform as well as the big ones, but I've only ever tried these minis from Nomads. I think that this performs super well. I really like this shade and this shade because there's a little bit of rosiness in there, but these other ones here are just a little bit too gray, too cool tone for me to not match my preference or what I find to be flattering on my skin tone. So that's why I'm going to pass this on, but I think that the quality is amazing, and I love the warm tone version of this palette. And from Flip, I had purchased the Pat McGrath Moonlit Seduction palette. I mostly got it for these 4 shades, but I did use all of them. No, I don't think I used these 2 or this one yet, but I used the rest of them. I think this is very gorgeous, very special. I got it for an incredible price on Flip. For like regular full price, absolutely not. Hold out, because Pat will do like 30% off or 40% off on her site a couple times a year. So I feel like they only went maybe 30 at holiday time, or it was like you had to buy 2 to get a discount or something, which was disappointing because I wanted to buy her new one. I think Pat's shadows are good. I don't get enough use out of these big palettes that I have, but for the price I purchased this one at, I was willing to do it just for these extra special shades. I think that they are so stunning. I really love the look that I created with this one. So if you can get it for a really, really good price, go for it, but hold out. Next, I have some liners I forgot to review last month. So this is the Kulfi Underline Kajal Eyeliner in Jammin Glaze. This is a really nice creamy formula. I think this goes nicely on the waterline or the upper lash line, but for me this is just not special enough of a shade. I have Bronze from Persona, which is a little bit warmer, a little bit more purpley, and then I also have Stone, which is a little bit cooler, and I just feel like this just ends up looking very just like blah, neutral cool brown on me, so I am going to pass it on, but I do think the formula is really nice. And then I have the Too Faced Killer Liner and Killer Queen. I also have the turquoise color from them, which I think is amazing, and this is a gorgeous purple shade. I don't have anything quite like this. I have Plum from Persona, but that one's a little bit more dusty. This is a little brighter, but very richly pigmented. I do feel like it's creamy, but it does set down. This is a really good formula. I definitely recommend this, and that is such a gorgeous shade. I need to add this into my everyday makeup basket area for winter to pair with some looks, because that is so pretty. Moving on to lip products, I have this here to hold the place. This is the NYX Fat Oil Lip Drip, and I had purchased 2 of the newer cream shades, Splash of Cream and Chillin' Like a Villain, and I just felt like they did not have enough pigment. They were a little bit stickier on the lips, and just considering all the glosses that I have, I just felt like it wasn't special enough. I have so many other lip glosses and lip oils that I think have a better formula, and I've heard so many people rave about them, and I thought about keeping the darker one, but I decided like, no, Heather, you're probably not gonna reach for it very much. So it's not terrible, but I don't think it's amazing. I don't get the hype. Again, not pigmented enough, a little bit too sticky. Then I have some of the Naturium Phyto Glow lip balms in Latte and Peach. And I snagged Peach because I thought this was limited edition, but it looks like it's still available. This is a thicker formula that is a little challenging to get out of the applicator. I paired this one with a brown lip liner, and I thought it looked really pretty. I do feel like because this formula is a little bit thick, it does smooth over lip lines, and I do think that this is a really nice hydrating formula. It does have like a little bit of a thickness or stickiness to it, which just helps it stay around. So we have Peach, and then we have Latte, so they are very lightly pigmented. And every time they come out with a collection or I see swatches of them, I want to buy more, but I think I need to not that anything is wrong with them. I think that these are good, but I'm not totally obsessed like everyone else is, but I definitely think they're worth picking up to try out. And you can get both of these shades from Ulta. Some of their shades are just exclusive to Target, and then there are some that are just on their website, but I think that these are nice. Then Too Faced sent me their relaunch pillow balms, and these are not all the colors. I have 5, but I think there are 6 or 7. I know there is a hot cocoa one that I don't have, and then I want to say one more. But I'm really happy with the ones that I received. So I am going to be passing on Banana Kiss and Juicy Watermelon Kiss because I don't really like these scents. But they all have really great fragrances. They're really on par with what you expect for an artificial fragrance for these type of flavors. I just, again, don't like banana or watermelon. This one is very sheer, just has a light yellow tint. But I would say that the pink one, watermelon one, does have a decent amount of color. But the ones that I am going to be keeping will be the original clear. This is Ice Crystal, which just has like a sugary sweet type of scent. And this is blue with a little bit of shimmer. So I think this is supposed to make your teeth look whiter, which can't complain about that. And then this one is my favorite by far. This is Pink Pineapple Kiss. I enjoy the scent, but this is so my type of color. I think this is gonna be perfect to put in my purse when I'm wanting that hydration, but a little bit of color. I feel like a lot of different tinted balms are either better at tinting or better at hydrating. And I really think that this is a very smoothing, hydrating formula, a little bit thick, but not in a sticky way. I really wish that the clear, which is just called Original, I wish this one was mint scented because I used one of these up before in, their last rendition, and there is a bit of like a plasticky taste, which I really don't enjoy. It's not that strong, but it is noticeable to me, so I was really disappointed that it was still in this newer one. but I do think it's a really nice formula. So definitely check out those new shades. And speaking of a weird plasticky taste, I had a similar effect when trying the Too Faced Lip Injection Extreme Plumping Clicks. They sent over 3 shades and I'm really glad I didn't buy any yet and then I tried these first. This is Sweet Lavender, which is rather sheer, which I get it. And then we have On Point, which is kind of like a reddy pink color. And then I have a brown shade called Feeling Spicy. So these are super duper sheer, and I feel like this deeper one is actually pretty patchy on the lips, and these just did not have the amount of pigment that I was expecting. You guys know I love this type of format. I have them from lots of different brands, and I actually think like ColourPop does it better as far as pigment wise. You do have that burning plump. It's not terrible, but something about that, I'm also getting a weird taste that is like a burning, plumping plastic taste. I don't love it. I might be able to look past it. So I need to figure out which shade I want to keep and play around with more. It's really that none of these shades are quite my thing. I did swatch some in store, the nude colors. They're just way too sheer that they're not going to be, you know, doing enough. So I am a little bit disappointed by this launch, unfortunately, but I will continue to try them out more. So those are my thoughts on most of the new products that I tried this month. I would love to hear your thoughts on these products in the comments down below. And I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.